It's interesting. I haven't thought about AIPAC.
Mm.
And it's interesting. You're like the first to bring up AIPAC in years, which is interesting. Why did I say that?
Welcome back to Media Madness. My name is Thomas, and today we are reacting to Governor Gavin Newsom on Van Lathan's podcast. This is a crossover for the ages. We reacted to Van Lathan last week over his debacle on CNN involving the fake kids getting zip-tied by ICE and this whole thing. Of course, we've reacted to Gavin Newsom a million times. And this time, Gavin's particularly sour about Joe Rogan's refusal to have him on his show. He's talking about, again, how he's going to punch him in the mouth. So let's watch.
And so I'm just trying to get us back on an offense. And the social media, again, that I've been up there is putting a mirror to Trump. And we're going hard. Rogan doesn't like, who the hell has ever called Rogan a chick and said, why the hell do you? And people won't touch these guys. But we're punching. I'm punching Trump every day. You hit us, you hit my state. I'm going back. We're imperfect. We got homelessness. We got problems. Give me a break. So does every goddamn state. You never talk about those states. Pisses me off. So I love this place. I love what it represents. And I also love my party and what it represents and who we stand for and the fundamental issues of racial justice, social justice, economic justice.
Beating his chest like a damn chimpanzee.
Man. That's what this party's about, but we're not communicating it. So I'm just trying to get out there. Hell, that's why
I'm angry.
I'm with you, man. And just trying to get us back on message and basically shape-shifting the narrative and not responding to their narrative is the point.
He's so performative.
You talked a little bit about CRT. You talked a little bit about DEI.
I don't care to watch Gavin Newsom genuflect here. I mean, we know his answer. It's institutional. The system's trying to keep the black man down. We gotta unpack that. So back to Rogan. I mean, Van Lathan insisted on a 7-minute aside about racism. The same things we've been hearing for 15 years now.
I just told you, I'm not afraid to go. I'm punching Joe Rogan. Okay, that son of a bitch not used to that. And he's going to dismiss it. He's going to laugh it off. I mean, tough guy.
Yeah, tough
all
guy.
That. But he's going to have me on. I don't know. Certainly punching back and Trump, everyone else. I'm debating these sons of bitches. I'm out there on these right-wing
The constant cursing is one of these really annoying Democratic tics that I think they need to shed. If I were to play armchair psychologist for a second here, I would probably chalk this Democratic tic up to an attempt to sort of mirror Trump's working class appeal, where he's crude, he's brash, he does sort of have this working class demeanor and sense of humor. The Democrats don't have this. They are fundamentally elites and Brahmins in a certain real sense. So they can do it in a safe way by saying, "Goddamn sons of bitches, this fucker, I'm gonna punch Joe Rogan." It's not gonna work.
So I'm not scared to do that. That's not what I want to do with my podcast. I'm sorry. I mean, everyone else, that's what everybody else, you go do that. I'm trying to literally understand the world I'm living in because this isn't working.
Gavin Newsom on a quest of discovery.
Things are f***ed up. And people are scared.
Did he really just say that?
And they don't know that their lives are going to get better. And I could light flame and just continue to
He's going to light flame
and that, or I could create an opportunity to say, man, you love your kids too. Yeah. You care about your community. Yeah. You want to be connected to something bigger than yourself. God, I feel the same way.
God, I could light the flame, or I could,
we all want to be loved. We all need to be loved. And I'd like to find that common humanity as opposed to
I'm sorry,
damn
this
litmus
is
test of every single person I talk to. And say,
where
were you 10 years ago on this? Why am I sitting down with you, you piece of shit? You weren't there with gay marriage.
He's doing it again. I've made fun of him 88,000 times in the past for this. Like, he gets all worked up. He starts moving around in his chair.
As opposed to a damn litmus test of every single person I talk to and say, where were you 10 years ago on this? Why am I sitting down with you, you piece of shit? You weren't there with gay marriage when I was doing it in 2004. You son of a, you anti this or that. I mean, I could go through that list of everyone in my
middle
party.
Ground, though? Isn't there like a middle? You don't have to go that extreme, but you also don't have to maybe have a conversation where it seems like it's like
I'm not trying to be
watering
Joe
down.
Rogan on my podcast. I'm just trying to honestly explore
You just said you were gonna punch him.
and understand.
He said, I'm not gonna beat Joe Rogan on my podcast. Joe Rogan is not coming on your podcast. You'd be lucky if you were invited to his. I don't know who either of these people. Well, I know Van Lathan because we reacted to him last week. Who is this lady? What's her horrible book? Miss Me With That. She's from The Bachelorette. This is who graduate from you with a BA in political science, law school, entertainment law. Even though the proposal was coming, he still managed. I don't care.
Forgive me. The good news is no one has to listen. You don't have to listen. Don't tune in. If you don't like Newt Gingrich, don't tune in. If you don't like Frank Luntz, don't tune in.
These are really inflammatory characters. Newt Gingrich. Gavin was getting his shit off. Can't lie. Wasn't up there fumbling there looking crazy. Shout out Van and Rachel for hitting him with the relevant questions. 4258. Yo, Gavin Newsom. Love him some motherfucking Gavin Newsom. As black people, we don't have the luxury of trying to understand the other side because it's too costly for us. He baited Rogan perfectly. He's going to get that interview. No, he's not. Great interview, family. So the last thing I want to cover in this video, and it's not been a video of substance on my part, is Gavin Newsom's immensely awkward reaction to questions about taking money from AIPAC, of course, the pro-Israeli lobbying group. AIPAC is probably the most politically charged lobbying PAC that exists in the country today because Israel is the most controversial subject in the country today. It is one of those issues that is very radioactive, both for Democrats and Republicans, but especially for Democrats because virtually none of the base at this point, outside of Jewish people themselves, consider Israel a cause that is morally worth supporting. Most of them find the war that has hopefully just ended completely repugnant. There's still a lot of institutional support for these types of organizations in both parties, so it is sort of a tightrope that every politician has to walk now, more so Democrats. He has a very awkward reaction to this, so.
AIPAC. I will not vote for a candidate that takes $1 from AIPAC.
It's interesting. It's interesting. I haven't thought about AIPAC. And it's interesting. You're like the first to bring up AIPAC in years, which is interesting. Why did I say that? Not relevant to my day-to-day life.
Okay.
Which is just interesting.
Listen.
It's interesting you say that. JPAC perhaps more, but AIPAC less and less.
Okay, fair enough.
Which is just interesting.
What's interesting about it?
That it's just interesting as you bring up AIPAC that it hasn't been part of. I'm just reflecting quite openly and honestly. Hasn't been part of the day-to-day.
Yeah. The only reason why I ask is because with that,
he's very uncomfortable. For the record, I do believe him. AIPAC is an organization that primarily focuses on congressional races and federal level politics, which is why you see Newsom mentioning JPAC here, which is a similar lobbying group just for California politics. But, you can tell that Newsom does not want to touch this issue with the 10-foot pole. And I do appreciate Van Lathan for getting him to squirm a little bit here,
What I'm talking about is lobbying in and of itself. Let me be honest with you. The first thing that I'm
Were you not honest this whole goddamn time?
Oh, see, now he's trying to deflect it with like a little joke.
Keeping it real with you.
Unbelievable, man.
Keeping it real with you.
Unbelievable.
By the way, just to let you know, just to let you know, they fried my ass.
I always say that. And I'm like, God, I shouldn't have said that.
Just to let you know, they fried my ass on here because I was like, you know who I like? I like the way Gavin Newsom
They fry my ass.
talks to these people.
Okay, so after this, they've successfully departed from this uncomfortable subject, but you can see he tries to play it off like this is such a weird
focused
moment.
on like, God, I shouldn't have said that.
Just to let you know,
I shouldn't have said that. That's great. I love that. Anyway, that is all I got for you today. I really don't have much else to say about Gavin Newsom. This is trodden ground. I know this. I haven't offered you much substance today, but it is my civic duty to take every opportunity I can to riff on Gavin Newsom's bizarre mannerisms as he gears up to announce his presidential run probably 2 years from now. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. You must subscribe, like, and comment below, and we'll see you next time.